Students, registration has begun. Find out when it's your turn to meet with your advisor.
Also learn how you can rent a room for the upcoming fall semester. More to come on this edition of Tiger News.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Tiger News. I'm Caroline Jones.
And I'm Portia Hernandez. Thanks for joining us.
New student orientation will begin in a few weeks. Students are eligible to sign up and participate if they meet the requirements. After signing up, there will be a fee that must be paid in order to attend. Students then have the option to attend any session available. For more information, go to memphis.edu.
The allegations against Penny Hardaway and the basketball team have many fans worried about the future of Tiger basketball. So far, 7 players have entered and transferred the portal or declared for the draft. This includes Lester Quinones, Josh Minott, Landers Nolly, and a few more. Jalen Duren is expected to be next. With such strong players leaving the team, fans are looking to Hardaway to recruit talent for the next year.
Class registration has started for the upcoming fall semester. For those cleared by their advisor, students are able to begin scheduling their classes. Each day is designated for students to register based on their classification. For more information, check out memphis.edu or contact the registrar's office.
The university is looking to rent out rooms near campus for the upcoming fall semester, since out-of-state students' enrollment continues to rise. And as this number continues to rise, so does the need for student housing. The school is currently looking at various apartment buildings and negotiating leases with landlords near the campus. The goal is to have 300 new beds available for students before the fall 22 semester begins.
We now have an update on a campus robbery that took place 2 weeks ago. More information on that when we come back.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel.
Kids use music as a way to provide language for their emotions.
Talking about my feelings with my mother, I'm gonna just be quiet. In the back of my head, I'm like, man, this ain't it.
I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
You may remember a story we did about an armed robbery that took place on campus. Well, we have an update on the investigation and what the police say about your safety on campus. With more on the story, here's Brandon Justice.
Right here is where a University of Memphis student was robbed at gunpoint, which begs the question, how safe are the students on campus at night and what is being done to prevent it from happening again? On March 20th, you probably remember getting a safety alert from the U of M about 4 armed men robbing a woman on Lot 32 by Menders and Patterson. The victim was struck on her head before they took her Toyota Camry and belongings. Well, according to the University Chief of Police, Officer Derek Myers, those suspects are caught.
All of the suspects have been identified and 3 of them taken into custody. They're all juveniles.
This was not the first encounter they've had with these suspects.
We had actually dealt with these individuals before when they were even younger juveniles than they are now for breaking into cars.
But what is the university doing to prevent other crimes like this from happening?
We depend a lot upon technology with the camera systems that we've got, and we have also license plate readers that tell us when, like, say, stolen cars are in the area, so the officers can start looking for them. Because what we see is a lot of our criminals are using stolen vehicles to commit more crimes. So it's basically like we've put up what I would call an electronic fence around us to give us, a warning that possibly somebody that is in the area that's looking to do other things that they shouldn't be doing, whether it's breaking into cars or committing robberies, so on and so forth.
Officer Myers wants students to save the emergency number 901-678-4357. He also wants students and teachers to use the Tiger Safe app, where they can request an in-person security escort and report safety concerns with pictures or videos. Reporting for Tiger News, I am Brendan Justice.
Tuesday afternoon, part of Interstate I-40 was closed due to a death investigation. Videos surfaced on the internet of multiple people going live from Facebook and other platforms showing a man standing on the edge of the overpass. You then see later on in the video the man jumping and hitting the ground violently. Lanes were closed until 7:30 p.m. that night due to the investigation. The man was taken to Regional 1 Hospital.
The university's 24-hour-long fundraiser has concluded. Find out how much was raised after the break.
My kids put skis on as they were learning to walk. I want my kids to be able to have those moments with their kids. Being a scientist, I'm worried about climate change in so many different ways for my kids. From the second you have a child, you want to do everything to protect them. I think our action on climate change is no different. It's just an extension of being a mom.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
I taught for 20 years, but I started forgetting my lectures. Eventually, he had to quit. My therapist recommended we go to the doctor.
The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation.
He's been such a positive force and so loving. Thank you. You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
The University of Memphis's annual 24-hour fundraiser has officially ended. Yesterday at noon was the start of U of M's Day of Giving. The Fogelman College of Business and Economics was in the lead with 54 donors, and the College of Health Sciences was behind with 26 donors. The university was able to raise over $100,000.
There's a new face on campus. Find out more about the new president of the university when we come back.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
my little birdykins feeling?
Well, I feel okay. My wing hurts a little bit, but that's okay.
I made the decision to get Big Bird vaccinated because COVID vaccines are the best way to keep yourself, our friends and neighbors, and me safe and healthy.
And it'll help me keep playing with my granny bird and all my friends at school.
Yeah.
It's okay to have questions about COVID vaccines for your kids. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
The University of Memphis spring graduation is May 7th. However, due to the Grizzlies making the playoffs, the date could change. The graduation will be held at 3 different times within the same day. Students will receive more information about cap and gown distributions as the date approaches. For more updates, keep checking memphis.edu.
Tiger News would like to welcome the new president of the University of Memphis, Bill Hardgrave. Hardgrave and his wife, Rhonda, both came to office on April 1st after serving at Auburn University as provost and senior vice president in academic affairs.
Tensions have risen with the students at the University of Memphis and parking services. A parking issue has been occurring for months at one of the on-campus apartments, Carpenter Complex. Here is Tiger News' Chris Macklin with more on that story.
Some students are being charged for entering the gate to this parking lot illegally. Some of them say they shouldn't have to pay these fines. They say the gate to the Carpenter apartment complex has been broken for a while, but they are being blamed for it. Some students have been appealing these fines. They feel they are being punished for entering a gate that they say has been broken for months. One resident is appealing his $225 ticket because parking services said that he broke the gate, and they also charged him for illegal entry.
Honestly, I didn't break the gate. The gate been broken since last September. They make it seem like every time the gate gets lifted up, somebody breaks the gate and they charge your account for it.
Another resident also says the gate has been broke since last semester, and the residents used to go inside the gate and park with no restrictions. The fines the students are paying range from $25 to $100. The $25 fine is for parking without a permit. If a camera catches someone going through the opposite side of the gate, parking services will charge $100. One resident said there was an opening spot that cars could fit through, but it got closed up with caution tape. These students say the gate sometimes works, but parking services still fines them for coming in without a permit. This student came to visit, received a fine because she illegally went through the gate behind another car.
Usually when I come over, the gate be open. So I seen the car going in and I just followed it, since I was only gonna be here for a little while.
When trying to reach out to parking services, there was no response. The residents at Carpenter Complex have either been paying these fines or appealing them. This is Chris.
That is all we have for this edition of Tiger News. I'm Caroline Jones.
And I'm Portia Hernandez. Have a great week.